There's something special about experiencing something for the first time. It can be exciting, nerve wracking, and full of wonder all at once. First times remind us that life is meant to be discovered step by step, moment by moment. And if you are hesitant or anxious to try something for the very first time, this video is for you. Hello beautiful soul, it's me Lyka. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm baking a healthy bread and making ice cream for the first time. Honestly, I'm excited about this. And while we go through this recipe together, I want to share with you the art and beauty of firsts in life. Let's begin with the ice cream mixture. I'm making mango coconut ice cream. In a blender, I add mangoes, coconut milk, yogurt, monk fruit sweetener, and a little lime juice. Don't worry, everything is listed, the recipes, and as well as the instructions in the description box below. Blend until smooth, then transfer the mixture into a bowl and place it in the fridge to chill for at least 2 hours. You can also place the blender container directly in the fridge, and that's what I'm doing instead of transferring it to another bowl. You know, that lessens the dishes to wash. At the same time, I chill the ice cream maker canister. This will make churning much easier later. While the ice cream mixture chills, let's move on to making bread. But not your typical bread. This is a healthier version. In one bowl, I mix golden flaxseed, coconut flour, oatmeal flour. By the way, if you don't have oatmeal flour, you can grind rolled oats into powder using a food processor or blender. Then I also add chia seeds, baking powder, and a little salt. These are the dry ingredients. Do you still remember the last time you did something for the first time? Did it make you excited, nervous, or maybe both? For me, first times often make me both excited and anxious. If you've watched my previous videos, you already know that I have a restless mind. I tend to overthink, especially when something new is about to happen. That's why I often feel anxious before doing anything for the first time. I fear that I'll fail or that things won't go the way I expect. In another bowl, I combine almond milk, olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and eggs. Then I bring the dry and wet ingredients together, mixing until everything is combined. After all the ingredients are combined, I pour the batter into a loaf pan and bake it in a preheated oven. First times are worth embracing. Yes, they can be intimidating, but they are also stepping stones for growth. Every first time brings you closer to who you're becoming. But let me be clear, when I talk about firsts, I mean things that are good for you. Things that make you better, stronger, and wiser. I'm not talking about choices that go against God's will or that will harm you. Those are not worth the risk. So never ever try those things. Now it's time to churn the ice cream. I'm both excited and a little nervous because I've wanted to try this for so long. I'm using the Nostalgia ice cream maker. You can find the link in the description box below. So I pour the chilled mixture into the canister and place it inside the bucket. Then I layer ice, sprinkle salt, layer more ice, and salt again, repeating until it reaches the mark. You can use different kinds of salt, but it will be better if you will use the ice cream salt. Obviously, it's intended for ice creams, right? The ice cream maker is working fine when the canister turns smoothly. I let it churn for about 25 to 30 minutes or until the canister starts to slow down. While that's churning, let me share one of my most memorable firsts. My first day as a wife and homemaker. For the longest time, I lived alone and was used to taking care of myself. But suddenly, I had a new role: wife, stepmom, homemaker. It was something I dreamed of, but when it finally happened, I felt overwhelmed. I worried, what if I couldn't fulfill expectations? What if they didn't like my cooking? What if I ruined clothes in the laundry? The what ifs filled my mind. And honestly, I used to think that the effort I put in should be matched by others in the house. But God slowly changed my heart. I learned that being a wife, stepmom, and homemaker is about sacrifice, humility, and serving with love. It hasn't been easy, but I'm grateful for the support of my husband and the growth God has brought me through this journey. Let me share some quick points on how to face first times. First, pray before you begin. Trust God to guide you. That should always be the number one before doing something, because with God's guidance, you will never go wrong. Second, remember that mistakes are part of learning. So do not be too harsh on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes, especially if you're doing something for the first time. Third, don't compare your first time with someone else's journey. Comparison will just lead you to despair and will hinder you to enjoy your first time. And remember, all of us have different stories. All of us have different journey. My first time is different from your first time experience. So, don't compare. And last, but certainly not least, keep your heart open to growth. God often uses our firsts to shape us into who He wants us to be. Look at this beauty. I'm so amazed. The texture is more like a sorbet, but it's still so good. Next time, I might try adjusting the ingredients for a creamier texture. The bread is so perfect with this ice cream or sorbet, and it pairs so well with the sweetness of the ice cream. The bread's texture is similar to rye bread. It's hearty and wholesome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Your presence means more than you know. Until next time, may you find peace in the present and purpose in every small thing.